Barry Ferguson may be in the hot seat right here, right now, but there will be a permanent manager decided at the end of this season. And today we're going to go through the manager odds, alright? Is Barry on this list? I don't know, because I can only see the top two. And let's begin with the top two 7 to 1, Gerrard and Russell Martin. Both at 7 to 1. Gerrard was 4 to 1 not too long ago. I mean, literally about a week ago, well, maybe not a week ago, 4 or 5 days ago, whatever. Steven Gerrard was 4 to 1. Why have the odds absolutely, went the opposite way? I would say it's due to the fact that details have emerged that he couldn't have took the job until April due to the Saudi tax rules, whatever. But in terms of Gerrard being joint favourite with Russell Martin, if you want Russell Martin over Steven Gerrard, you need to give your head a wobble, alright? Steven Gerrard stopped the 10. Steven Gerrard is the last man to deliver a Scottish Premiership to this football club, so to me, I don't understand why so many people are against Gerrard. I actually don't. See, his cups, nowhere near good enough, right? And it was unacceptable. But the reality is, he won the most important league title that we've won in donkeys. Some would argue ever. You know what I mean? So I think Gerrard is actually he's a safe option, and I think he needs it as much as we need him to a point where he needs to rebuild his managerial career. As for Russell Martin, this guy's a FUD. Some people probably even forget that this guy actually used to play for us back when I think it was the 17-18 season. Actually, yeah, state's right there, 17-18 season. I don't care for him. I mean, I'm not going to fault him for us finishing third that season, right? Because we finished behind Aberdeen once upon a time. But I don't rate Russell Martin as a manager. Obviously, I think he got sacked by Southampton. I mean, look at the state of Southampton, folks. They're like, 9 points, 29 games. Just an absolutely abysmal team, and it's a sad state of affairs down in England because it pretty much feels like no matter how good you are, not that Russell Martin's any good, but the three teams that come up go straight back down, and Southampton are on course to actually match Derby County's 11 points total from 07-08, I want to say. I remember Kenny Miller was a part of that team, but Russell Martin is an absolute no for me. Third spot, Barry Ferguson, 8 to 1. That is with Bet365. Right, I don't want Barry Ferguson as the permanent Rangers manager. I want a guy with a bit of tactical know-how, right? And, the memes, the new Orange Order, the lads, the whatever you want to call it, right? I like hearing Barry Ferguson speak, right? And we've defeated Kelly 4-2. He's got a bit of passion about him, and he's serious, and he doesn't lie, he doesn't bullshit, he doesn't beat around the bush, he fucking tells the fans the truth, right? And that goes a long way with me. But the reality is, Gerrard was like that too, but Gerrard is also a superior manager, and that's why I'd rather Gerrard over Barry Ferguson. Now, is there a situation where Steven Gerrard could be the manager with Barry in the back room? Yeah, I think most of us would welcome that. But as for Barry Ferguson being 8 to 1, I think Barry Ferguson would have to get pretty much win every game until the end of the season, right? It's going to have to be to a point where he probably has to beat Celtic twice and carry us to like a semi-final of the Europa League to even be in contention of the job, because in terms of the Rangers fan base, how many people want Barry Ferguson to actually land this job right here as I'm speaking on the 27th of February 2025? I'd probably say about 5%. The absolute staunchness of people that want Barry Ferguson. He says the right things. He looks the part. He is the part. But in terms of that actual managerial side of it, he's just not. If he can prove it, managers have to start somewhere, right? Yeah, he flopped at Kelty Hearts and he flopped at Alloa. But managers flop. It's very rare that managers, every club they go to, are fantastic. Maybe he just needed a big break. Maybe this is his big break, and maybe Big Barry Ferguson will have a great end to this season. I mean, he said himself he has no intentions to come back to management, but this was too good to turn down. Maybe this is the turnaround, the 180 that his managerial career needs, and maybe he'll go on to bigger and better things. Or, well, when I say that, I mean not Rangers. You're not going to get a better club to manage than Rangers, but when you factor in like Kelty and Alloa, I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson, how close was he to getting the sack at Man United? Again, you can't. I mean, you could argue that with Clement. Oh, keep Clement because big Sir Alex Ferguson turned around. It can happen with everyone, but I think if his results keep on continuing to be good, 8 to 1 will turn to 7 to 1. 7 will turn to 6. That's plenty, but we get the story. Fourth, David Wagner. No, don't rate this guy. Once upon a time, he brought Huddersfield up to the Premier League. I mean, It feels like yesterday, but it was probably like the 16-17 season. No, I'm not interested in the slightest. Derek McKinn's at 12-1. Right. Uh, he rejected us once. I feel like his name's always mentioned here anytime there's. I say anytime like it's a rare occasion. It's like once every 12 months, Rangers are getting a new manager. He's always linked, right? He always is linked. I would rather Derek McKinn's than Russell Martin or David Wagner. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'd rather him than Barry Ferguson as well. Sean Dyche, here, Brexit, all that stuff, utter nonsense, the memes, everything that comes with him. He is a guy that would be feared in the dressing room, but is he a guy that gets Rangers? No, and you don't have to be a guy that gets Rangers, right? You don't. But I wouldn't want Sean Dyche. He seems more of a gimmick, to be honest, than anything else. Jesse Marsh, again, an American. Here, well, I'll tell you what, maybe the proof's in the pudding there. American takeover, led by an American manager. It could be, but I wouldn't want him. 16-1 seems a big push. Kevin Muscat, 20-1 with live score bet. A lot of people want Muscat. I mean, I'm never going to come on here and sit here and lie and pretend I know an awful lot about him. I know he's done well over in Australia and China and things like that. But I've never watched a Kevin Muscat game, and 90% of the people. There is people that love football and they've probably watched games managed by Muscat. But see, 90% of the people that pretend that they've watched this guy's games, they're just lying, man. Honestly, here, if everyone wants him, that's a good sign. Doesn't really split the fan base, and I think he would be a good option to have. But again, I haven't seen anything with my own eyes. Maybe I need to actually put a bit of research into that, and not just when he rocks up to Ibrox and does something. But I would probably put him around second or third favourite in my opinion. Steve Cooper. No, I'm sorry, I don't want this guy. It's got nothing to do with his manage. It's the stadium. The guy looks like he looks like something at the Goonies, man. This guy looks like something gone wrong, and you just know the piss is going to get ripped out of you every time this guy would cut press conferences for you. And then finally, we've got Kevin Thompson. Again, it's not going to happen for me. I feel like if it's going to be anybody of the staunch variety, it's probably going to be Barry Ferguson or Derek McKinn's, and we'll see how that goes. But that is the Rangers manager odds. This won't be the last time we talk about this, of course. I mean, this is going to rattle on well into the spring, well into the summer. Kind of look forward to it. There's a lot of intrigue. There's going to be a lot of names out there, and I just hope by the time the manager signs on the dotted line, we'll all agree with it. Even if we don't agree with it, we're going to have to back him, you know what I mean? We can't be depressed a minute go. Anyway, your thoughts down below. Till then, peace.